Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Glorified Marks podcast. I'm Bobby.
It's glorious, Jeremy.
I like it.
Glorious, Jeremy.
Glorious. And this is right before the Elimination Chamber, not the day of the Elimination Chamber, but the week before. A lot's gone down, and we literally watched Smackdown yesterday, and that's the episode when The Rock returns, which is our starting point today. So I know you have some quick.
God damn The Rock!
You have some quick and decisive
I have been
opinions.
hoping and waiting for the final boss to come on and make a man out of Cody, but instead he offers him the chance to Shang Tsung him and sell him his soul. There is no way Cody, at the height of babyfacedom, is going to
Babyfacedom. I love it.
Babyfacedom is going to sell his soul this close to Mania. Cody is going to turn The Rock down, starting a new feud with The Rock, and he will in turn face his backlash at Backlash.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of predicted something like this weeks ago. I've always felt like if The Rock were to come back, you always said Roman Reigns. I thought it still was going to be Cody.
This is why I thought The Rock was going to win the Rumble. Like, this is what I thought was coming.
Yeah. And
so, I mean, I was 2 weeks off.
Yeah, it's so frustrating because, one, the promo, honestly, it went all over the place.
It was terrible. It took 40 minutes, and it took too much damn time.
It took so much time. The promo made no sense because he started off babyface because he's trying to sell, WrestleMania being in New Orleans next year, which... Do they need WrestleMania this freaking often in New Orleans? Like, come on.
They get all the events, but I mean,
they do.
Those tourist places, they get it all. Just because you live somewhere where there's no tourist events.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I do not live anywhere.
Unless they're going to host something in the Mall of America, you're boned.
Yeah, basically, we're definitely not getting another Super Bowl here in Minnesota.
And that's why I'm moving. No.
And then, yeah, we're fortunate enough to get SummerSlam next year. Here.
It's supposed to be the first two-nighter, too, right?
No, actually, they lied. Because this year's going to be a two-nighter.
Oh, well, yeah, they definitely lied then.
They lied. Yeah. They lied.
Well, now how do you feel about WWE? No.
So, with The Rock returning, I don't like where that promo went at all. Because, again, he started babyface and then turned heel in the middle. And then tried to act babyface a little bit more and then more heel. And it just seemed all over the place, which is, typical of The Rock, because it just seems like last minute he's like, I want in.
Right.
And I don't like it. And I get why, he still needed to complete the story with Cody Rhodes, regardless of that. And I do think that, even though Roman Reigns is family, he really does want to have Cody be the next babyface star. And I think WWE wants Cody Rhodes to be the next John Cena. So, to me, I think the only way this leads to, which honestly, the more I think about it, makes the most sense, is triple threat at Mania. I think The Rock gets himself in there
I'd be okay with that.
I think The Rock gets himself in there because obviously he's the boss. He's the final boss. And then I do think Cena's going to win. So I do think one that gets Rock Cena again at Mania, but you literally have basically your three biggest stars in that main event night too.
Can The Rock win it?
No.
Why not?
I mean, he can. Actually, but I mean, the real answer is no because he's got movies and stuff.
I don't. Jar my memory. Has The Rock had that Mania moment?
Where he's won the championship?
Yeah.
He beat John Cena the first time.
Was that?
Yeah, he beat John Cena the first time, once in a lifetime, and then he lost it the second time.
You're right. Okay, I was just trying to because The Rock made that social media post yesterday about how there was that one thing he's always wanted to do and he's never done it, and he said, "No, I'm gonna do it," but he didn't say what it was.
Actually, and is that the brother thing? He's never had a brother.
No, the whole post was just how he said there's a few things in life that are day one things. They're things that you've always wanted to do one day and you never do them.
Yes.
And now I'm going to start doing it.
And he brought that up in his promo. That's true. Because he's won the championship no, actually he hasn't won the championship.
That's what I'm
Mania.
saying. Did he ever win a title main eventing a Mania?
He's main evented, obviously.
Yes.
And he's won main events. He beat Hogan. He beat.
I think he's defended a title.
Oh,
at Mania.
he's defended. I believe he went in twice against Stone Cold as champion. Stone Cold won the championship there.
Yeah.
And then he went in champion versus Cena the second time and lost it. So that would make sense. Who's taking the pin? Oh, it has to be Cena taking the pin.
It was just a thought. That was all it was.
I'm just saying, like, if we go off of that, if it's...
What if the both of them pin Cody?
That would be a burial. They can't bury Cody Rhodes like that.
That's the great... If you want Cody to turn heel, it's going to take something like that.
I don't think... See, I cannot believe Cody Rhodes turning heel.
I know that was way out there. I'm not saying that's actually going to happen. I'm just saying, like...
I like the discussion, though.
For me, if Cody's ever going to turn real heel, like, he's going to need a catalyst, and
that would be
the move. But
I think WWE...
That's steep. To have the two oldest dogs in the game pin... I mean, either way, it's a geriatric main event, but...
Yeah.
Because Cody's already in his 40s, too, right? Isn't he?
He should be... he'll be 40 this May, I believe.
Yeah, so we'll have a 40-year-old Cody, we'll have a 55-year-old Rock, and a 49-year-old Cena or something.
Something like I think something around there. So yeah, no, you're not wrong.
In the world of any kind of athleticism, that is geriatric.
True.
By all means.
True. So I don't like.
I don't see it happening. I'm just saying.
I don't like where they're like. I do like the potential star power though. I will admit.
Yes.
That is legitimately possibly the biggest main event you could do.
Well, and on top of that, if we're getting a Cena and Roman match, or a CM and Roman match, I mean, that we're looking at the biggest Mania in the history of Mania.
Exactly, and that's their goal, is to make Mania the biggest it can. And,
right.
And like I said last week, Jey Uso is not closing out one of those nights. Charlotte Flair is not closing out one of those nights. It's just not going to happen.
Well, it's not going to be Tiffy, and it won't be Jey. That's the problem. Yeah. It can be Charlotte, but it will not be Tiffy.
Actually, that can lead to my next topic.
Don't get me wrong. I love watching Tiffy in every aspect of watching Tiffy you can think of, but she's not main event caliber. Not WrestleMania main event caliber.
Yeah. So from our last podcast, we weren't able to do it last week, but Charlotte did pick Tiffany Stratton, which means the Elimination Chamber match will be for Rhea's title. Which we predicted that Charlotte was going to pick.
We
Tiffy.
thought that was going to happen.
That was going to happen. So
I'm predicting Tiffy wins, though.
She can't.
Tiffy's gonna win.
They did do something that I didn't think was going to be possible, because I didn't think there was any chance in hell that Tiffy would work as a babyface. And fans are getting behind her. And I mean, they got behind her. They got behind her when she first started, when she got first called up on the main roster, because she is very talented. Don't get me wrong.
She's super talented, and she's one of the finest women on the roster. It all works together.
It does.
So my wife saw her, I think, for the first time last night. Yeah. And my wife said, "Oh my God, she wrestles in that?" I said, "Here's how I tell you Tiffany Stratton is." And she only caught her because she said, "Oh my God, she's from Prior Lake, Minnesota."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, she's right around the damn corner."
Yeah.
But anywho, I said she's the woman that embodies the diva with the current women's superstar. Like, she looks like an old school diva who can wrestle.
I like it. I like that.
And that's why she is going to be the top dog for years to come.
Yeah. I think that, honestly, between... They're built for the future right now.
They're doing so well with NXT. And
it's just, there's so much
the
talent.
Women that are calling up, like, they are. I mean, NXT honestly at this point should be a women's brand where they are just making goddesses over and over and over.
Well, they are. I mean,
that's all they're doing.
Stephanie McClure,
Roxanne Perez.
Roxanne Perez, who's now, I believe, officially on the main roster.
She's wrestled, she's got to be after Chamber because she's gonna win it.
Oh, that's bold. That's bold. That's bold. But yeah, the NXT has been doing a really good job with the women, very good job with the women. If you think Tiffany Stratton, I think she's like 25. She's young.
Yeah, she's still very young.
Roxanne Perez, like 24, 25. I mean, you can say Bianca's in her mid-30s, so it's still
she's
younger.
Got some time left, yeah.
She's still got some time, yeah.
Where
but
Charlotte
she's not
Flair's
baby.
like 41.
Yeah.
And looks 83.
I think she's only like a month older than me.
Charlotte Flair, I'm pretty sure she's in her 40s.
She is not. I was very shocked about that.
All right, I don't like doing this while we're talking, but
yeah,
I'm looking this up.
He'll look it up, but I'm pretty sure I looked it up recently. That I was very shocked that she's like literally a month older than me, which that shocked the heck out of me.
Oh my God, she's younger than I am.
It is nice to be right.
Oh, I feel so old because she looks like she's 85.
She looks damn near like.
What did I say during the Rumble? She looks like a 73-year-old man with boobs.
Oh God! So she looks like her dad, which is true.
Bingo. Which is probably more annoying. She's got, man, I whether it's character or that's actually how she is in real life, she has portrayed a bitch better than anyone has ever been a bitch in the history of bitchdom. I'm throwing a lot of dumbs in there today.
I like it. I like it though.
Like that was what I loved about Alexa Bliss when she showed up. You know, the goddess was a bitch, and I loved it. And Charlotte Flair's a different kind of bitch. Like, Alexa's the hot, sexy bitch, where Charlotte Flair's I think I'm better than everyone on the planet bitch.
And honestly, I don't know if that's a work or a shoot. And
right.
You can't tell. And that's the bad thing. Like, obviously, people just found out recently that her and Andrade got divorced and all that stuff, and that's her third divorce and all that stuff. And so there's a lot of speculation.
She really is her dad.
I was gonna say there's a lot of speculation. Again, I don't want, people play characters on TV. How much of the character are them or extensions of them?
Right.
And I think the perfect analogy was the Vince documentary, where at some point, if you play the character for so long and it's a similar character, you might become that character.
Right.
Because, I mean, I don't know if Vince, again, this is a speculation, I don't know who he was before, but I do truly think he became a version of that character.
Yes.
And if you can't separate the character from who you are, that's going to ruin a lot of things.
That happens.
So, back to Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton. I don't think Charlotte's gonna win. Charlotte's going to win. I swear.
Tiffany solidifies her top dog status.
No, I think they're going to do the exact same blueprint for Rhea Ripley.
So what? Charlotte wins. Tiffany takes it back at Backlash.
Charlotte wins. Tiffany takes it back next year. I don't think
a whole year.
I think a whole dang year.
I don't know if Charlotte Flair can stay healthy for a whole damn year.
Or SummerSlam.
SummerSlam would be okay. I don't know that Charlotte can stay healthy for a whole damn year.
I mean,
if she actually wrestles, and I don't want another champ that doesn't wrestle.
Sure.
I'm so sick of that.
Yeah.
I know. Michael Cole was on that podcast this week. It's saying WWE is not a wrestling show anymore. It's an entertainment show, and he's right. It is. But to a degree, you need the matches to make the guy or woman still relevant.
100%.
Which is how they've killed Gunther.
Yeah, unfortunately they have.
They've killed Cody with that for me, because even though he has matches, none of them are defending. Almost none of them are defenses.
True.
I don't like it.
Which I guess
They did that more with Roman too. He had a few matches over his couple of years, but a lot of them were tag matches or garbage matches that nobody cared about.
I'll have to admit, I did not watch the main event. I actually forgot.
See, that's what I did last week. But
I completely forgot about the main event because I'm like, did they touch on Cody Rhodes versus Solo or versus whatever?
Cody didn't. Cody wasn't in the main event.
Which I know he wasn't.
Yeah, The Rock took him out of it. The Rock took him out of it.
Ah.
Because he was supposed to be in a 6-man tag match. Yeah, he took him out of it. So it ended up being Damian Priest and Braun Strowman versus Solo and Fatu. Yeah.
Who won?
Who do you think won?
That's a tough one because I'm assuming Priest and...
It was sealed with a South of Heaven.
That makes sense.
Which is one of the greatest finishers in wrestling right now.
So. It is. Damian, and that's the frustration with the internet wrestling community is that Damian Priest. I like Damian Priest. I
hate his character, but I do not mind watching him in the ring.
See, and that's what it is his character has become very generic, and also it's damn near Damian Priest wins, LOL, at this point, because he's so protected. Like, if he loses a match, he's not the one taking the pin, and so it's interesting. So I'm assuming Solo definitely took this off of heaven because they protected Jacob.
Well, they didn't necessarily protect Jacob either.
Yeah.
So yeah, Braun Strowman did some work.
Yeah.
Braun Strowman, though, I haven't seen anything official. Looks like he took an injury. Shocker. That's the problem with being like a bigger guy, and I'm not Braun Strowman's size. Like, I'm probably like 100 pounds lighter than him at this point. I'm closer to his size than you are.
Yeah, but being a bigger guy, man, those knees. Once you get one problem,
it looked like an ankle or a knee. And it happened after he did the thing.
Yeah.
So he came around the corner. He hits Tama Tonga and Fatu at the same time. And then he stood next to the announce table as the South of Heaven happened. But as he climbs into the ring, he's really gimpy and he's limping around the ring.
And he's had a couple leg injuries, so.
And you know what? I would go as far as to say that, like, at some point, Braun Strowman's got to get on like the GOAT Rushmore of big guys. But I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting topic to talk about another day. Let's talk about Elimination Chamber. That's the perfect segue.
We kind of already did. I kind of already threw my Roxanne thing out there, so let's go with the women, right?
Let's go.
What do we got? Roxanne, Alexa, Bianca, Naomi, Bailey,
and
Liv Morgan.
Yeah, that one's actually so. I don't hate your prediction. So
I'm only going with that because of all the push she's gotten lately. I think Bianca and Naomi are going to be pulled off to the side in a Jade Cargill story.
Yep, that makes sense.
I think Liv and Raquel are off, about to go tag team heavy.
I think so as well.
Alexa, I just think it's too obvious if Alexa wins. As much as I want her to win, she's my favorite woman, if you can't tell. I just think it's too obvious. Roxanne Perez has done nothing but great things in the recent times, and
one thing we know.
It's more than obvious she's graduated NXT. So it's time.
Yeah, and she actually had a really good match with Raquel Rodriguez.
She really did.
That was actually a really good match.
And she can even lose the title match if she gets there, which, I mean, I don't see any woman ever realistically beating Rhea. If you want to get realistic.
I disagree. Bianca can realistically beat.
No. Anywho, I don't know. Roxanne Perez, to me, has all the momentum in the world.
So
it's time to give her a push.
The problem with this Elimination Chamber is literally everyone has kind of a background story, but that's how WWE works. So there's secondary, third, fourth stories.
Yeah.
So they can be more fluid about it. So if you think about it, Liv, I believe, is going for the tag team titles. I think they're going to win it.
Yep.
From Naomi and Bianca.
And then at some point, Liv and Raquel are going to have a smack rings. But
at some point.
Yeah, Judgment Day's got to split at some point.
They do. Oh, God, they need to split now.
It's got to be soon. It's got to be soon. I honestly, don't take this the wrong way because I really don't like him. Dominic needs a push.
I love Dominic.
Dominic needs a push away from the Judgment Day because as much as I knocked on that guy's in-ring ability when he first started, that guy has stepped up his game. He
knows his role.
He took a Styles Clash this week.
Yeah.
Bro, you don't even see Styles Clash anymore, let alone getting to take one.
Yeah.
Oh, I got goosebumps talking about that. Like,
damn.
The Styles Clash is a real thing of beauty.
It is.
It's South Haven and Styles Clash. I mean,
damn. I love Styles Clash, and
my God,
that match with AJ and Dominic. Honestly, they've been really testing Dominic in these more higher profile matches, like him versus even Gunther.
Right.
Like
the thing I need from Dominic at this point is I need to see some offense. He's very good at taking all of the bumps. I want some offense that's not Ray's.
that might be the problem because he definitely steals offense from Ray and from Eddie, which makes sense for his character because
right, but he's too big to be doing these lucha moves.
I think that's why he steals a lot more from Eddie as well.
Agreed.
And they've put again like a lot of people probably haven't paid attention like him versus Damian Priest 2 or 3 times. Like they've been putting them in a lot more high profile matches, and
the problem is they're few and far between.
It's been slowly
4 weeks apart.
They are, and I think that's just how WWE have been really not wrestling on the wrestling show. They've been doing a lot more storytelling by.
I kind of feel like he's been on a leash because of the. I think WWE listens to their fans enough. I think there's been enough backlash when Dominic first started wrestling that he just wasn't good in the ring.
Yeah,
and I think they've made him work on it, and I think the work is showing.
Yeah, it is showing, and I think I would hope by the end of the year that maybe he's going for a mid-card title.
I'd be perfectly okay with it. He needs to get out of the tag team scene.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He needs to take the stupid vest thing off. Put a T-shirt on if you don't like your chest. I don't care. The vest thing is dumb.
I don't hate it. It fits his character.
I don't know if it's supposed to be armor or if it's just supposed to look pretty, but I hate it.
At first, I hated it, but
Priest came in with a singlet last night with lines drawn like abs and shit, and it's like,
it's funny.
And you can see this gut he's got, and it's like, this is like Undertaker pretending he's got a 6-pack. It's just not right.
Yeah. All right. So
sorry.
No, it's fine. And I want to go back to the women's.
I say we're still in the women's chamber.
We are still in the women's chamber. We love our tangents. So Naomi, Bianca, obviously they have a story with Jade. I don't know if they're going to do it for Mania.
Right. I don't know where it's. I don't know what's happening.
I think.
And at this point, what's it going to be? A 2-on-1 handicap match?
I don't.
If it is,
it definitely can. That would not happen.
Naomi sucks. Come on.
They've been protecting the hell out of Naomi.
Yeah, because she sucks.
Right.
They only brought her back because she's part of the bloodline.
I think they brought her back because she did a lot better in TNA.
That's because they have lesser talent.
They do have lesser talents, but she did better.
So that's a big fish in a small pond.
That's true.
Now she's in the big pond.
Let me put it this way. Do I think she should be upper card? No. But she is a serviceable mid-card person.
She's had like 4 title matches in the last.
She has, and
like, ridiculous.
They have for sure.
Bury her ass.
I wouldn't go that far, but so Naomi, Bianca.
She's got a big old one too.
It's big.
It's Bailey-esque. They should have a battle of the ass.
Oh, don't talk about Bailey.
Let's have an ass battle. Bailey's the only one. Also, one who doesn't really have a story going on.
She does though.
Kinda.
She has.
Her story is her ass. That's all Nia Jax has been pointing to. Every argument has been, oh, look at her ass.
BBL Bailey.
Right.
No, Bailey does have a story, and that's where I was getting to.
Oh,
so,
sorry.
Naomi and Bianca.
She's also going to be the first one pinned by Alexa.
I strongly disagree.
Alexa's pinning 3 people.
Wow. I think it's actually going to be the opposite. I think Alexa's going to be the first one out that damn match.
You shall see, my friend.
But, yeah, Bianca and Naomi, they kind of have a story, but honestly, it wouldn't shock me if they push that story off until SummerSlam.
Which one?
The one with Jade Cargill. I would not be sure. For some reason, I don't have an inkling that she's coming back.
I think they're teasing it too much right now for it to not
be
true.
Relevant. That is true.
I mean, we're still 2 months away from Mania.
But it could be the slow build. Like, it could, because I don't think they're going to have it be Bianca that cause it. Obviously,
what if Jade comes back at Mania and that causes Bianca to have a loss or something?
I think that's more realistic.
Okay.
I do think
I'm okay with that.
I think it's going to be Naomi that gets attacked first.
And then is it Backlash for injuring her? I love Backlash. Backlash is so much fun, dude.
You're funny. So the only one that doesn't have a story is Alexa right now because Roxanne and Bailey.
You think Alexa doesn't have a story?
I think she doesn't have.
Did you watch that vignette last night?
I don't think she has. Like, yes, obviously that. But I'm saying, like, actual built-in feud that's actually been working, because Roxanne and Bayley've been feuding for the last couple months, like month or two, on NXT, and then slowly, like.
So wouldn't that to you then mean that Alexa's gonna win?
I'm very contradicting today.
Right.
But because I don't think it's Liv.
I mean, and then they gave. I mean, Alexa's the only one of those 6 that have had a promo.
So I do think
you don't make promos for nothing.
I think it's either going to be Alexa, or I still think it's going to be Bianca, because I do think that they're gonna use Bianca's WrestleMania streak to make Rhea stronger.
I guess I didn't realize she had a Mania streak.
Yeah, I think she's won 5 or 4.
She's not the Undertaker.
People are talking about it.
I don't think she's even as good as the Undertaker.
She's probably.
Undertaker really wasn't that good. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but he's legendary.
His character was good.
His character's good, and he had some bangers with the right people. But I do think that
big long strides and punches.
Yes.
Taker's my favorite wrestler of all time, and I'm talking shit about him right now.
Fucking old school all goddamn day. That's the dumbest. Actually, I'm going to get on the tangent of that.
Damian Priest did that move last night.
Old school is the dumbest fucking move ever.
Damian Priest did that move last night.
It is the dumbest. I will fight anybody if anybody says that is a cool move. Old school is literally the dumbest move. One, you're your arms twisted a little bit.
The other guy's literally holding you up.
Yeah. Your arms twisted. You're just going to let this guy just fucking fall on your shoulder? And it's just a fall on your shoulder. Like, nobody sells the shoulder fall. Like,
yeah. So Damian Priest did it last night. He had the guy in the arm thing. I don't remember if it was Solo. I think it was Solo. And he climbs up from the outside of the ring on top of the ropes, walks over, jumps up, and instead of hitting him on the shoulder, cross body.
Oh,
which was no sold.
Just like every old school, it makes sense. Just no selling.
Yep.
So I think.
So you're going with Bianca and possibly Alexa.
I think realistically, it probably should be Alexa.
It should be, especially based on her vignette.
I think it should be Alexa, but at the same, Alexa.
Can I tell you the amount of people that are going to wonder if I'm okay after my screaming if Alexa wins that? And I think she's the perfect person to face Rhea because she's the exact opposite. And she can use the story of her paranormal stuff to overpower Rhea, which I think is kind of a cool story. Also, that might help. That might be the reason why I'm an Undertaker fan. But, hey, it is what it is. Some people like the theatrics, and some people like the possibility of Bianca and Rhea throwing each other around the ring by all literal standards.
And I think my thing is obviously WWE is trying to have the biggest stars of the show. Bianca's going to be on that show.
There's no way. No doubt about it.
So, it's where is she going to be on the show?
Right.
And I don't know. There's so many potential matches, but obviously not all the matches are going to make the show.
I mean, Roxanne could lose this and go get a mid-card title,
which honestly
which is fine. And she started from nothing. It's perfectly fine to have her go win an IC or the US.
Honestly, I would love to see her take out the IC title because I can't stand the
Lyra Valkyria.
I cannot.
I don't see what anyone sees in her.
I cannot stand her.
I don't think she's great in the ring. She's got zero mic skills.
Exactly.
How Dakota Kai hasn't won that title already is beyond me. Dakota Kai deserved that title.
I agree, but I think that's more of an injury.
I think it's possible, but they've already given her she was the one that she beat her for it.
Yep.
And didn't they have her lose it last week again? Or no, that was a make her number one contender, right?
And she won.
So now she's number one contender again.
Yeah, and they fight next week, so we'll find out if she wins, which she's not going to win.
Well, and then we already know, it looks like neither one of those mid-card titles are going to have matches even at Chamber, and it's like, what's the point of having these titles if you're not going to defend them at the PLEs?
True.
The tag titles aren't going to get defended at the PLE. None of the main event, none of the championship titles are going to get defended. We're literally only doing this for the Chamber.
So
the Chamber used to be the title match.
Oh, that's true. The chamber, I would say, the chamber is a long match, so you can only you can only have maybe 4 matches tops on that PLE.
Right, but we already know they're KO and Sammy. We know they're Trish and.
Exactly.
Why does Trish Stratus need a fucking match at a PLE at this point?
You know why?
I don't care.
It's Toronto.
Where's Chelsea Green? She's a relevant current Canadian woman.
But she's not from. She's from Vancouver. She's from British Columbia. That's Canadian. The other side of the country.
Neither is KO and Sammy.
That's closer though.
Oh, Quebec, blah blah blah.
Quebec
blah,
is
blah,
right
blah.
there.
Whatever.
Quebec.
Canada is Canada. We're Americans. We're not supposed to care about Canada.
I am very.
I know you're a Canadian fan.
I'm very.
It's our neighbors to the north.
Yeah, I mean, we couldn't be more Canadian as Minnesotans.
Right. I'm surprised we haven't.
Yeah, it's damn near.
I'm surprised we haven't jumped already.
Yeah.
You know, I knew. Politics are not what we need to touch on.
No, we do not. Let's go talk about the men. So who is your? Let's get official picks.
On the men's.
On the women.
Oh, on the men. On the women's. I'm going with Roxanne.
You want Roxanne?
I'm going with Roxanne.
Right.
I want Alexa more than anything on the whole world, but I'm going Roxanne.
So would you say Alexa's your number 2?
1A, 1B.
Okay. That's how I feel. Like, Bianca's my 1A, Alexa's my 1B. Because logically it would make more sense for Alexa.
Alexa makes the most sense.
She makes the most sense. But for some reason, I don't. If they do not pull the trigger on this Jade Cargill feud,
yeah,
it has to be.
Well, and that could even make the Jade Cargill feud work a little more because Jade Cargill can now be this woman who's never had anything and could be going for Bianca's title.
Yeah, because I mean, realistically,
it's a possibility.
Yeah, because realistically.
Also, though, on the other hand, Cargill could go for a mid card and Bianca could steal one because I know the big stars like her don't need the mid cards, but if you ever want a Grand Slam, you need them.
Yeah, it's true. The new women's Grand
Which
Slam
is actually kind of where I thought Charlotte might go with that one.
I kind of thought that too for a moment, but
because she's one of them accolade people. So
yeah, but her top is a top girl. What
top woman?
Top woman or whatever.
Top
woman
who looks like an old man.
She looks like her father more and more every day. That's a lot for Andrade. It did not ever make sense to me. But anyways, men's Elimination Chamber, who has Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Chick Magnet Punk, John Cena, and Logan Paul.
Logan is going to do some cool spots, man. That's all I know for sure. Logan is going to drop some. What did Montez Ford do last
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I mean, that's what we're looking for out of Logan Paul.
Logan Paul's going to do some sort of Montez Ford.
Can I segue back to Montez Ford, dude?
Yes.
He looked great last night. That guy needs a solo push. I don't care how badly we need tag teams. But anyway, let's move on.
I 100% agree. They do need to push Montez Ford. Like, just give him the mid-card title.
It looks like they've even rebranded him. Not as Montez anymore. He's just Tez now.
More heel, yeah. You
right.
lose the mo,
right?
Lose the mo. You're just Tez. I really like every participant in this elimination.
Any one of these, it's just like the Rumble at this point. Any one of these guys can win it, and it's an acceptable accomplishment.
Yeah, for the most part.
And knowing that they're all going to Cody is also okay.
I think that's honestly what makes this worse than it should. I wish they waited until after the chamber to announce who they were going for.
Right, I agree.
To me, that would have made it more unpredictable because obviously with Gunther, it'll be more realistic for like a Damian Priest or a Drew McIntyre could still go for Cody.
Right.
But
because now you're looking at Mania, you're looking at the biggest stars of the biggest stars. You got CM Punk, Seth, and Cena are your only choices at this point.
Exactly. And honestly, I wouldn't even put Seth in there.
Oh, I absolutely would.
It's
like a 14-time champion already.
I'm just saying, like he's a big enough star. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, I don't think it's main event WrestleMania Night 2 worthy.
Didn't he win the title at a main event of WrestleMania on Night 2?
Not on Night 2, I don't think.
I'm pretty sure he did. He cashed in on Brock Lesnar.
That was only a one-nighter at the time. But, I mean, that's even bigger.
Whatever. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So why not?
I just don't think
he's already had that Mania moment, which is why it's going to be CM Punk. You
think so? Your prediction, CM Punk?
They're going to get him his Mania moment while he's healthy, because who knows how long he's going to stay healthy.
Nice.
You base everything on injuries, so do I.
That is true. That is true. So
Cena will get his shot at probably SummerSlam. And Cena will win the title at SummerSlam.
I think that's the definite.
And he will retire with that title.
I will say that is...
he's going to do the disrespectful
thing.
No,
I don't think so.
Disrespectful thing, and he will retire with that title.
All right. This is my long prediction for John Cena. I do think he's going to wrestle Cody Rhodes and The Rock. That's my feeling.
That makes sense.
He's going to take the loss. I think that he'll go into Money in the Bank. I think he'll come up short, because I think the idea is...
Can we talk about Money in the Bank again real quick, though? At some point, wasn't that the beginning match to Mania?
Yes.
And then didn't it get its own pay-per-view?
Correct.
And then they brought it back.
Did they bring it back?
I thought they did it at Mania last year.
No, it was
maybe the year before. Like one of the first couple of two-nighters, didn't they start doing it back on Mania again?
No, I think they...
And then switched it back again?
No, I think it's been its own for a while.
Am I crazy?
I think you're thinking of the Intercontinental Championship ladder matches.
Maybe.
Because they were doing that for a few years.
I always preferred Money in the Bank before Mania, so that someone could cash in at Mania. It was on the table at least.
So the potential Mania cash-ins were always the longer waits, because Damian Priest held it for like 300 days, Seth Rollins held it for 300 plus days. That. So those are always the longer ones. Like even Dolph Ziggler, which I actually forgot until just talking about it now, he cashed in the day after Mania.
Yeah.
Against Alberto.
What a waste of time that guy was.
Yeah, they pushed that man to the moon for no reason. I don't even remember my John Cena playbook. I want to get this. This done. So I think that the idea is John Cena chasing. That's the main story of this.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Is John Cena, like, if you give it to John Cena too early, it doesn't make sense. So I think that at SummerSlam he will win it. I think one thing that actually, but I do think he's going to be either Jay or Gunther for the World Heavyweight one.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that, unless they switch the brands, because I think the main person, or the person that will beat him for it, it's going to be Logan Paul. I really think that Logan Paul will be the one that beats him for it.
Fuck you.
I do. And I honestly, but think about it.
I'm leaving.
But if you think about it, you need someone that's going to be so hated.
Oh, man.
Because it's John Cena.
Talk about a polar opposite, huh?
You have to, somebody so hated that they're going to be even more hated. Like, this is going to cement them as the heel. So either you have to do, rebuild Gunther and have Gunther do it, or to me, it would be better and more beneficial for WWE to have Logan Paul do it. And I think I actually like it.
Can I tell you where my brain is going with this?
Yeah.
Cena wins at SummerSlam. Same thought as you. I don't care who the fuck he beats.
Yeah.
He holds it all the way to the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble winner is going to get his title. And it can still be Logan Paul. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I mean, yours doesn't.
It has happened. It has happened in the past. There is a prerequisite.
Yeah. No, yours makes sense. And I just think that he, for the business, would want to make somebody else like.
See, I feel like for his character's business, it makes sense that he holds it till he retires.
Fair.
Because sure, he had it 17 times and gotten beat 17 times, or at least he'll be able to say that I didn't get beat
the
last time.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
And I think that would carry a lot of weight for a guy like Cena. Being the guy who's lost, he had a losing streak for years on top of...
I mean, technically he's still on the losing streak.
Right. So, I don't know, I think it'd be fun.
I don't hate it. I just, I could see it possible.
I could see Logan Paul winning a Rumble.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll get the lucky number 30 again and just ease his way into it. I mean, he was third place this year, so.
Before I give him a title again, I want him to prove that he's here. Yeah. So, I mean, he came in, 2 years ago, and then he tried to leave again. He was gone for a while, and now he's back as a full-time wrestler. He's had one match.
That's, the definition of full-time wrestler is definitely different from when we used to watch.
Like, I'm not saying he's got to wrestle every week, but you got to be on the show every week.
Yeah.
Or you have to
do some freaking backstage promos, get some videotape.
Right. A vignette here and there is fine. Like, I understand you're a busy man. You make a podcast every couple of days. What do you do? That's so hard. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I'm impressed by his in-ring abilities. I legitimately think he's one of the best in the company.
He is.
But he has to prove to me that he wants to be there and win that title.
Yeah. All right. Who's your prediction for the Men's Rumble?
CM Punk.
CM Punk. So you think
100% CM Punk. I don't even think it's close.
CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes?
Yes.
So I still think the match that CM Punk gets the main event for is still going to be Roman.
Roman still makes sense. I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like
actually, again, think about it. If you want the biggest main event,
what if the two of them jump into Cody? Like, what if they pin each other and they both win and they go to face Cody? What if something stupid like that happens?
Again, this definitely could be a long shot, and I could be very wrong. The one thing about WWE right now is it's very unpredictable. But could you think of two bigger main events than CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, night 1, John Cena, Rock, Cody Rhodes, night 2? That would be the two biggest.
Would you want two triple threats being your main event? Does that show creativity?
Do you think they care about creativity when it comes to it?
Yes, I do believe they care about creativity.
I think they care about making sure that Vegas gets their money's worth.
I want to throw a big left field curveball out here.
Yeah.
CM Punk wins this thing, goes to Cody. The favor he asked Paul Heyman for is to convince them to let Roman in the match.
That would be insane.
That would be CM Punk.
Why would he want more?
It fits his character.
How?
How doesn't it?
Why would you want more people in your main event? That's your main event.
Yeah, but it's his way of showing that he's the best in the world. What better way to be the best in the world than to take out and whoa at the same time?
You know, the way you said that actually does make sense.
That is the best in the world, and that is the definition of it.
Yeah. You know what? I don't hate it.
I don't love it. I don't love it at all. I literally just came up with that, but I'm okay with it. I like it.
I don't hate it.
I'm sticking with it. It's gonna be my thing now.
It's all right.
It's gonna be like this. Whoa!
All right. So one thing that happened last night, and they've been doing it, I think, the last couple weeks. Zelina Vega, kind of hyping her up.
Yeah, they're pushing her.
And honestly, at first I thought they were going to push her in a different way. Obviously, like, they have to say that she's going for the main title, which they even showed the picture of the main title in her promo.
Which is weird because they showed her confronting Zelina or
that's
Chelsea
my point.
Green 2 weeks before.
Exactly. See, and that's
is she putting everyone on notice?
Which if they were trying to put everybody on notice, they should have put both titles in there then.
Yeah, that's true.
But I do think it'll be more realistic for her. She's not. I like Zelina Vega. She's actually very talented. She's like a older.
She's the female version of Rey Mysterio.
Kind of, yeah.
That's what she said in the promo, right?
Yeah,
I think that's what she said.
I think she's.
And I don't disagree with it.
Yeah. I mean, she's definitely not as legendary as Rey Mysterio.
I still just feel like you don't. For a woman who's never had a real push other than, a fake one in fucking Puerto Rico, you don't make a vignette like that without going somewhere with it. You don't give her a promo with that kind of push without pushing.
There was something before the show that you mentioned about making those vignettes, and do they ever not push a person after making like such a vignette?
I mean, sometimes they do, but
yeah, they've done it recently. You know who the person was?
Mello.
I mean, Bill's getting consistent TV time.
He's getting pushed now.
Giovanni Vinci.
You're right, and then they cut his
ass. Exactly. So that's what made me laugh.
Right. That was like 2 months ago, man.
Because you were
Didn't he get hurt that night?
No, he didn't get hurt because he wrestled the next week and got pinned again.
Oh, that's right. That's so right.
So when you
I think they were just testing it, or maybe they're just testing Zelina. I mean, Zelina's got a huge following on social media, though. But that, I mean, when you're half naked all the time, you're gonna.
Yeah. So, again,
I think she's getting a push because her husband's coming back, but
I don't think, honestly, I think she's getting a push because I think they realize the fans are actually really into her.
We are behind her, like, and it's not even just for her looks or her, her cosplay, anything.
Yeah.
It's she is talented.
But I would say that, honestly, I'd rather her be mid-card.
Agreed.
I think that her versus Chelsea Green would make a lot more sense.
Right. 2 luchador-trained women fucking flipping around the ring would be a lot of fun. Even though they don't let Chelsea wrestle like a lucha. Yeah. Which they should. Especially seeing as WWE just bought the rights to Lucha Underground.
That is insane.
It's fucking time, baby. If I can see Zelina Vega versus Braun Strowman, I'd be so happy. Since they let women face men all the time. They'd be so funny.
Yeah, I don't see WWE like that.
Just watch him crush her like a little crooked under his boot.
That's fun. Yeah.
Obviously, I don't think that's going to happen.
No, obviously.
But they did actually get the rights to Lucha.
They did. And that's when one of the better matches of Chelsea Green's career, like, she wrestled a really good match against Penta.
Yeah.
That was a really good match.
Dude, Io Sky faced Penta. Freaking everyone faced Penta. Every woman that's ever amounted to anything in the last 15 years in wrestling wrestled Penta on Lucha. And that's just what it is. Yeah. You can go back and look up highlights of every single one of them.
Yeah.
Taking the biggest damn bumps you ever seen them take in their careers.
But at the same time, honestly...
Like, I legitimately remember watching that Chelsea Green match, and I wondered if she died. Like, 2 or 3 times.
But honestly, like, the one thing I did like about Penta in those matches is he didn't look weak, but at the same time, he gave a lot to all those women.
He sold properly, he undersold properly, oversold properly, and so did they.
Yeah.
Lucha teaches people how to do things correctly.
Yeah.
And it's that simple.
It is. It's pretty simple. And those matches are good.
And that's like the only thing that bothers me when I'm watching a guy like Fatu or something. Like the no selling is really getting old. Like, occasionally it's the right thing to do. Yeah. But the no sell, like, I mean, I would probably say he no sells a good 60% of the time.
But I think that's based off because I've seen some of his other matches, and he can. Again, it's not like any of these wrestlers can't sell. It's the direction of who's booking the matches and who's booking their character long term. So
yeah, I get he's supposed to be a werewolf.
Yeah, he's supposed to be the bad, like the
even
future.
The werewolves in movies, get hit.
Yeah, true. But I think they're building him to be this generation's Umaga.
Oh yeah.
And I know, like, even Michael Cole and everybody raves about Jacob, and I'm a big Jacob Fatu fan. I think he just has a believable badass feel.
What's crazy is if he is this guy that they all say he is, why did it take him until he was in his 30s to get here?
Because he legitimately did have some legal issues. And
that was what it was, right? Legal issues kept him out of the WWE. Like, they wouldn't invest in the guy because he was...
That's a part of it.
Immature, or... he may have even chose the indies over them.
I think that's a part of it. And honestly, yeah, he doesn't have the family ties quite as much as, like, a Roman Reigns or whatever like that. Right. So, like, when you're... Jimmy and Jey Uso, your dad's a Hall of Fame wrestler, so you got to end. Even though they're cousins of Jacob, you still don't have your own.
Yeah, Umaga's not Rikishi.
Yeah, and Umaga isn't alive to fight for his son if Umaga was alive.
Right. Yeah, Rikishi probably very well gave the Usos the right push. Even Roman, he probably pushed Roman too. So
yeah, because Roman was always that guy.
Right.
Roman was always the guy.
Well, Roman originally wasn't supposed to be as big as he was, wasn't he? Didn't someone last minute decide to put Roman in someone's spot because someone didn't show up?
So, two things about that. So, Roman Reigns wasn't originally supposed to be in the Shield.
Right.
It was supposed to be Cassius Ohno, and that was CM Punk's pick. And Triple H and Vince was like, no, we want somebody younger because Cassius is closer to CM Punk's age. And it wouldn't make sense to have a group of people that are, two over them are the same age and one's greatly older. That makes sense. Chris Hero in, I believe, NXT at that time. The second one is Dusty Rhodes and Triple H were the ones that were pushing for Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Vince wanted Big E to be the next big star. So that one actually shocked the heck out of me because I always thought it was Vince that loved Roman, which obviously he did love Roman. But Vince wanted to push Big E as the next generational star.
You can't paint any kind of positive imagery on Vince McMahon at this point. It's like not allowed.
Yeah, I mean, and with Big E being so loved, yeah, that's true. That's true. Because I love Big E. I was always a Big E fan. Honestly, Big E probably would be even higher if he was like 2 or 3 inches taller. Honestly, I think.
Oh yeah, probably.
I think,
and I got hurt, and being 2 or 3 more inches taller, he probably wouldn't have got hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, so I do think that, honestly, like, if Big E was a couple inches taller, he would have probably been more a multi-time champion rather than just the one-time WWE champion. All right. So, that was Zelina Vega. We were talking about Zelina Vega.
We got from Zelina Vega to that. Wow,
yeah.
We're so good at this.
We are really good at tangents. Maybe we should call this the Tangent Wrestling Podcast.
So we were talking about Zelina's vignette. Can we talk about Alexa's too?
Yeah, let's go talk about it.
Wait, so what did Alexa say? That she's been in the chamber before. She's won it before.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to turn it into her playground, which is a swing back to the
funhouse.
The funhouse, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she said that she's in charge, and it's her division. And that's what the Wyatt 6 promos have all been about, is every time she's been on the screen, something's popped up that said, are you in charge, or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's all playing into that Wyatt 6 story. Does that affect anything for us? Do you think in the next few weeks, or do you think that's...
I think that's long term.
How far, though? I mean...
I think after Mania.
You think it's that far out still, huh?
I think because...
So, I mean, but are those reasons enough to give her the title and put her in charge and then maybe have the Wyatt 6 fuck her out of it? Or
no,
cement it?
Neither.
Because I can't think they keep her in that forever as much as she may want to be. Her success is not from that.
No, it's not. I think that... Honestly, that's a tough one.
It's a very tough one because she wants to do that. That is the thing she wants. She wants to keep honoring Bray.
Right.
Which is totally
admirable,
fair.
Yeah.
That jacket is sick.
Yeah. So, I think that what I would do if she won the chamber, she comes up short at Mania, and then basically they start to see if she wants to be the leader of...
Do you think the 6 lift her back up then?
Yeah, I think so.
Falls?
I think so.
Okay. So you think she basically goes on a tear up until Mania, loses at Mania, has a self-esteem issue, and they pick her back up?
I think so.
Okay. That's a story I can roll with.
What about you?
I really didn't know.
I honestly...
That was something I wanted to just spitball because she's literally probably my second favorite wrestler of all time. Not even just for looks. Like, I love the entire character of Alexa Bliss from the beginning to end.
That is crazy.
Starting from the 5 Feet of Fury all the way up to the Goddess to whatever you want to call her now. She's always been, I think, like one of the best storytellers we have in the business. Yeah. And she does it through very little dialogue. I love it.
Sure.
It's just fun. And when she speaks, it's meaningful.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to bring up her vignette, because whenever she does say something, it means something.
That is true.
It's never been like she's come out and said, oh, blah, 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 and then it literally is an irrelevant statement. It does not happen.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I remember the time that they were doing the tag talks with Sasha Banks and Bayley when her and Nikki had the tag titles.
Yeah, Nikki Garcia.
And every one of them had a title except for Sasha Banks at the time. And she makes the statement of, well, I see a title here and here and here. Well, where's yours, Sasha? After Sasha had just talked shit about how she's the best.
Yeah.
And, like, a statement like that, like, stuck out, and that's what made Sasha, win tag titles and then eventually walk out of the company.
Yeah.
But
True. Yeah, I mean, the Alexa storyline, again, there's so many storylines right now, I don't know where they're going.
Right.
And that's one of the beautiful things, because honestly, if you would have told me, and this is the perfect segue, that how the Royal Rumble, when they went into the Royal Rumble this year, and they leave in the Royal Rumble, how things were going to be, and then the next, or 2 weeks later, how KO and Sammy got into a freaking instant feud.
Right.
I would never guess that.
I still don't think it's a believable feud. I don't really care. I know it's just to me, this is a money grabber.
This is to appease the Canadians.
This is somebody thinks their career's ending sooner and they want to go out on a banger.
Interesting. It's interesting to think about.
I know KO just signed like a 5-year deal, so it's not KO.
I mean, the way they're doing the no holds barred would write out somebody long term. But at the same time, would they be building Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn if Sami Zayn's going to be out? Would they?
I think Sami loses admirably. Admirably. I don't think it's going to be an ass whooping. I think it's going to be a fucking great match.
Well, that's what Sami does. He loses admirably.
And that's where I think Sami comes back with Karrion Kross. I think he comes back as one of his acolytes or whatever the hell word that man wants to come up with.
I hope not.
I know the acolytes have already happened, so maybe not that word, but
I can't. I don't.
Is it bad where my mind goes when I think of the acolytes? I just think, damn!
God, I can't. I know they're gonna do something with Karrion Kross.
I just feel like as much as we might all love Sami for whatever he has or hasn't done in the ring, Sami does not have a strong character. He's always been better on the outside of a faction looking in or on the inside looking out. He's never been awesome on his own. I just thought of another way to bring him in, Lucha Underground El Generico.
I don't hate that.
But no, seriously.
Seriously, though, yeah.
I believe this is where you start building KO back up. Because KO has been on a steep trajectory of a downfall for a good year now.
But has he really?
Yes, he's been on an absolute losing tear, Cena-esque.
He's been losing, but he's still main event, and he's credible.
We're talking Zack Ryder losing streak at this point.
I disagree. He's not jobbing. He's not. All these matches that he's been in, you can justify why he's lost.
I feel like pretty soon KO is going to have to walk out there with an "I Got Kids" sign. Like, the guy needs to win a high-profile match, and it has to happen soon.
I do think he's going to win this match.
I don't care if he has to go IC. It's not going to happen yet. Braun is not losing that to KO.
Oh, and
he's going to lose that to Penta, if anyone. Sorry. Segue back to Lucha. Chad Gable.
Yeah, where's that going?
He left to learn the art of Lucha. Did he not?
He left.
Did he not?
He did.
Watch him come back as like El Americano.
That'll be so funny. But they cannot do that because he's a heel. He can't do that.
But he got over as a heel originally. Like, that was how the whole thing. The shush. Well, he was a bad guy. It got over. That's all that we talked about this earlier. All that matters is it doesn't matter if you're a bad guy. It's like if your gimmick gets over, you get over. Seth Rollins and his I mean, he's the baddest of bad guys and then got over.
Yeah.
The Bloodline were the baddest of bad guys.
That's true.
You love them all now.
Yes.
Jey Uso was the right-hand man of the bad guy.
Right.
Yeet!
Yeah.
I mean, he started that yeet in the bloodline, too.
True.
While they were still bad guys.
True. That's true.
That's all it takes.
That's true.
And Chad Gable is a master manipulator. Like, let's face it. For us glorified marks, he is a manipulator.
He is, for sure.
For the TV screen, he's a manipulator. The guy deserves so much more in WWE than he's gotten. I really hope he gets a big boy push before his career is over, even though I know he's probably in his 30s.
Yeah, I think he's slightly younger than us.
He's got to be 32-ish would be my guess.
Oh, I'm thinking 35.
Oh, well, that still sucks. Either way, he needs a big boy push before his career's over.
Yeah, I'm gonna search it up real quick.
I know it's not super believable for him to fucking pin a guy like Braun Strowman or something.
He's only a year younger than me, so...
Yeah, so he's too old at this point, right? You need to get him a push soon or it's over.
Oh, no, he's a year older than me.
That's even worse.
I did the math wrong. Yeah, he's a year older than me. He's already 38. Turning 39.
When?
In March. He's older than you.
He's older than me.
Yeah.
An old man. See, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I know 40 is the new 30 in WWE, it seems like.
Well, I mean, they're not...
I mean, LA Knight's still going, CM Punk's still going.
Yeah,
Seth's in that ballpark. They're all up there.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, most of the talent are within a year or two of our age.
Right.
Realistically, most of the main talent are within a year or two of our age.
But most of these guys that are that big at this age have been big for years.
For over a decade.
I mean, I think Gable's got name recognition, but I don't know that he's... I mean, you can't call him Roman Reigns.
No. I think he offers something. I mean, I still see his chair phone commercials with Otis.
Right.
It drives me freaking crazy, but the chair phone commercials.
Him and Otis were such a good pairing, and it just sucks that they got to burn that.
Yeah, but for progression, I get it.
But they've done nothing with Otis, who deserves it.
He does not deserve it.
Dude, that boy deserves it.
Fuck Otis.
Him and R-Truth need to make just a wonderful tag team.
That's funny. So, speaking of tag teams, thanks for the last transition point.
That's a skill I have.
Yeah, that is.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Let's talk about the tag.
Let's talk about Montez Tasmanian Devil.
Yeah,
Ooh, I'm liking that one.
Yeah, I honestly
Montez Ford is a beast.
He's a beast, and God, they look so good yesterday. The Street Profits. And honestly, are
they still called the Street Profits, or are they just the Profits now?
I don't know. Actually,
I think they changed them to just the Profits.
Which either way, I'm cool with.
I would like them to change it from Profits with an F to Profits with a PH. Just a personal opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, they speak truth.
That's true.
They are the best.
They are so good.
They are currently the best tag team in all of WWE-dom.
Yes, and
just keep going with this dumb thing.
WWE them. So I honestly, the Smackdown division just all over the place for the tag division. I love it. Like,
there's only like 4 teams too, but that's all.
But they're making more teams though. So
so what do we got? We got Pretty Deadly. DIY. We got the
Moshi
Boom Booms.
Profits. And then Los Garzas.
Oh, we forgot about the Los Garzas.
They've been pushing Los Garzas.
Right. And then Mellow Don't Miz.
Mellow Don't Miz.
But yeah, 5 legitimate teams, right?
Actually,
only 5.
I do not hate that finisher, actually, now that I think about it. The finisher that Carmelo and Miz had, the Skull Crushing finale into the...
Oh, right. It was good.
It was a good...
It was good.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say there's only 5 legitimate tag teams still. Like, I know that we just said 6, but we're going with 5.
Who are you taking out there?
We're taking out Mellow Miz.
No.
Because we don't know that it's going to stick around.
That's
It's
true.
a comedy act for now.
It is a comedy act.
But yeah, like of those 5, how many are there on Raw? We got, the Raiders?
American Made, the Creed Brothers.
Okay.
Technically, they're on Raw, but I don't think I've seen them on Raw since they've debuted A-Town Down Under.
Oh, are they Raw now?
They are on Raw now.
All right.
I don't think I've seen them on Raw since they've been traded over.
Didn't they start feuding with each other?
No, not yet. They haven't yet.
No.
They haven't pulled that trigger. At some point, they need to...
Yeah, they need...
Baby face Austin Theory.
Agreed. Okay.
Baby face.
So it's 3 right now. And let's be honest, that last one is not good.
No, it's not.
So we got 2. That's the problem with the tag division. There's 7 legitimate tag divisions between almost 6 hours of television programming every week.
Yeah, and
they need to take this title over here and this title over here and go
make a baby.
Yes.
Yeah, I
as much as we wanted the split at some point because there was an abundance, there's not anymore.
Or they just need to reinvest because there's a lot of solo stars that are directionless. So you just make a team of them. And honestly, that's probably what they're doing with Carmella and The Miz. Like they don't have necessarily a good direction. Throw them in a tag team. But it might work.
But I mean, I can say one thing: in probably a year or so, when Rey Fenix joins WWE, we'll have another great tag team. But,
actually, I think the rumors are is that they are letting him out of his contract. But again, I think it's too early.
The sooner the better. Then I don't think AEW would do that because they know Penta's on fire in WWE, and they're not going to let Phoenix leave because it'll just blow him up even farther. AEW is a bunch of fucking assholes. I got nothing better to say about it right now.
They just cut. They cut three for sure wrestlers. They cut Miro. They cut Aleister Black, and they cut who was the third one? Oh, Ricky Starks.
Ricky Saints.
Ricky
God,
Saints.
I fucking hate that.
I don't mind it. It makes sense.
They should have just left him at just Ricky or the Rickster. All of that is better than Ricky Saints. Even drop that S. Ricky Saint is fine. Saints is terrible.
And the justification that Ricky had for that is he's from New Orleans, and obviously New Orleans has the Saints, and that's he wanted to put something with his hometown in there.
You know what he should have done? Is he should have kept his name Ricky Starks and changed his finisher to like the Saintly something.
True.
Because this is terrible.
I don't hate it. I don't love it.
Are you gonna buy a shirt that says Ricky Saints?
I was never gonna buy it.
It sounds like a fucking sweat stain on your taint. Just terrible.
I wasn't gonna buy a Ricky Starks shirt.
You know what I'm saying.
But yeah, it's just it's interesting, and honestly, it can change when it gets COVID.
Wearing a Canadian shirt.
Actually, I completely forgot about that too. Where Elimination Chamber is. I don't even know where we were on that. So we were talking about Ricky Starks, but that wasn't the main point. But Tag teams. That's it.
I mean, they could bring a couple of NXT guys in.
Honestly, there's not many.
There's not much in there either.
No, they have Axiom and Frazier. Who?
What would be kind of cool is if they found a way to make a TNA guy and a WWE guy team up and be a tag team. While they got this promotional thing going on, like that'd be kind of fun.
God, we could talk about so much stuff, and we're getting close on time, but
yeah, we are.
Yeah, so we'll wrap it up for now, and we can explore that next week. How does that sound?
We should start doing themed shows.
We should
instead
honestly.
of like overviewing.
We should. I agree with that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below.
Yeah.
All right. Until next time, make sure you guys continue to get your wrestling.
Who wants to see a top 10 finishers?
Oh, God, yeah.
That's me for sure. Anywho, bye.